does look like polyps are generally in the down current direction, which is
Mm-hmm.
typically what's expected.
Okay. And here you can really see the structure that they use to hold on in the sediments, right?
Yeah,
it's partly exposed.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some of them have buried. That structure is called the peduncle, and some of them it's buried.
Yeah, for sure.
This one it's partially exposed, but I don't doubt that there's part of it's buried in the sediment as well.
Yeah, if it wasn't, I assume this sea pen would just continue moving down current. If it didn't have still a pretty good hold.
Okay, we done with this guy? I'm starting to move, so.
Yeah.
So we're good? Good to move
I think
on?
so.
Okay, I'll zoom out.
Okay, science, we're looking at doing some short 50-meter steps up this slope. Still headed towards this next waypoint, 140. Does that sound good? At 0.3 knots so that we can stop to look around or take a sample if we need to?
That sounds good to me. Jan, I think Jan is back, just to confirm. Nope, don't hear her yet. So I think we should stick with the plan that you both worked out. Sounds good.
Copy that, thanks.
Yeah, turn that thing on. Okay.
So these little red and white fish that we've been seeing with the fins, they kind of sit on the bottom, their fins sticking outside. Those are thorny heads, and we will be seeing either short spine or long spine thorny heads as we continue on. I think the little guy straight ahead was in our earlier shot, and Kirsten commented that we had both a long and a short spine thorny head. I have to see closer, but the long spine obviously has a longer spine in the dorsal fin. That's the fin that runs down the top of their body. That's one of the things we can look at to tell the difference between these two species.
You want to zoom in there,
Al? Only if it's not going to slow you down.
Nope. We're still waiting for the ship to get going.
Oh, wow. That's a nice zoom. So that dorsal fin is down right now. So if you were to raise up, it'd be easier to see whether or not there's a longer spine, the third spine, I believe it is, in that fin. If you start from the head and move down towards the tail, you'd be looking to see if there's one spine that's longer. Thank you for that.
I think you're trying to antagonize him, Bob, aren't you? That spine up.
Looks like we've just missed a crab crime. Ouch.
You know, I noticed.
Missing a leg there. Want to zoom in real quick there, Al?
1, 2, 3. Is that because it looks like just off to the right there was a carapace, so I'm not sure that it's any of these crabs that lost a leg.
Could
Maybe
be a molt.
somebody else. Well, it could be a molt, or it could be. I mean, it's possible, yeah, that it would be a molt of one of these, or someone had a dinner and left a crab leg behind. But we have two different crab species there. The one to the left, you can see, has a lot more. It's redder, and it has a lot more kind of hairiness on it. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
nice
that's
meal.
prickly.
Yeah, that one's eating something.
Tasty.
Well, we got to thank the crabs. They kind of clean up, right? They go along the bottom and just kind of eat a lot of dead things or waste products that are left behind. So they're doing a good service for them. They're cleaning up.
All right, zoom out.
Oh, look, there's little those little skeleton shrimp on it right there.
Shall I go back in?
Just real quick.
Bob,
What are we looking at?
zooming back in.
Okay.
There,
Yep.
Just zoom back in real quick. There's a skeleton strip that's on that crab.
He's on the crab.
Oh, the
Do you see it?
cross-looking guy. Yeah, like a praying mantis.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
And
see
if
that?
Zoom 'em?
And on one of the legs too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a couple of them, huh?
Yeah.
And are we having a pyrosome bloom again?
I don't know if
Not,
they're blooming.
not like we had a couple years ago.
Okay.
But there definitely is a pyrosome there in the upper right-hand
Is that
corner.
full
There's
zoom?
3. This is all the way in.
Wow.
All right.
There's 3, there's
That's
4.
so.
There's a lot on there.
It's like nice.
Oh, that's nice of the crab to give us this nice view. A couple different of the skeleton shrimp when you start to look on either side of the face, even down right by the mouth. Interesting. Great, thank you for that.
Okay, we gotta get
Coming up.
going.
Yep, let's get going.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay, I think. As long as it settles out.
Okay, so Sam, I think you're asking about the pyrosome blooms that we had a couple years ago. And in different places along the coast, we've had these massive blooms where the water was just thick with them during the summer. And we would see them all the way going down through the water column, and then they'd be rolling around on the seafloor. We haven't seen those numbers, at least not in this area this year.
That's a good story for this year.
It was pretty unusual when we had that a couple years ago. Some of the surveys that are done by the National Marine Fisheries Service to keep track of how the different fish stocks are doing, sometimes their nets would just be so full of pyrosomes that it would cause problems.
Yeah, we definitely encountered many pyrosome. Well, we encountered many in the water column, but then also many at graveyard a couple weeks later.
All right.
Sorry, Sam, what was the bearing of the line?
We had 140.
Can you get Argus on a 140?
Should heading slightly
Wanna
upslope.
zoom in quick there, Al? Sorry, not quite that far. Okay, zoom in.
Let me know how far you want to go. I've got more.
Oh,
That's good.
oh, look at that little thorny head. Adorable. I don't know if I've ever seen one quite that small.
Okay, zoom out.
Thank you.
Are you all the way out?
I am all the way out. I've just zoomed in to get the corners of the bottle out.
Okay, the ship's completed its 50-meter step. Once Herc and Argus catch up, do we want to continue moving or stop to look around?
Sorry, I'm just trying to communicate. Jan is trying to get back into the V-Link and it's not working. Sorry, could you say that again, Sam?
No worries. The ship's completed its move and we're waiting now for Herc and Argus to catch up so we can
Okay.
stop here and look around, or we can continue on to that waypoint upslope.
I think we should continue.
Okay.
And try and find some of these, hopefully harder targets.
Copy that. I'll put in a 50-meter step on the same bearing, 140. Thank you. Bob, are we ready to keep moving?
I am ready.
Perfect, thanks.
And just so you know, I see Jan has been logged in for over 12 minutes.
Yeah, so she says, I can hear you, and my mic says I'm talking, but you cannot hear me. So that happened to me earlier, and I just went out of V-Link again and came back in. I had to do that twice, and then it started working, and I don't know why. But maybe you can try that, Jan. It looks like another deep sea sole. Which is that flatfish in the middle there?
Can you zoom in again there, Al?
I can.
Only if it doesn't slow you down. Yeah.
That's an umbellula.
I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. One more time.
Umbellula.
Umbellula. I'm gonna get it.
Umbellula.
Reminds me when my son was little. Or no, actually, this was my daughter when she was little, and she tried to say umbrella. It sounded a lot like that. Umbellula.
Going in
So,
the rest of the way.
Yep.
I'll just. Oh, and a pyrosome's going by. There we go.
Nice.
All right, zoom out.
So this is a soft coral sea pen, right? Doesn't have any of the calcium carbonate structure that the other sea pens we've been looking at have. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, most sea pens don't necessarily have a rigid structure inside. Some do, but a lot of soft corals also will have embedded smaller sclerites in their tissue. So these are small calcium carbonate, essentially slivers of calcium carbonate that provides some sort of structure for the tissue.
Oh, looks like if we can just pan over to the left and just capture that can. Sometimes we try and have little screen grabs of some marine debris. Sometimes we can determine what type of drink it was, but
It's like a monster.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Monster, yeah.
We
have in the yeah.
Yep, it's a monster.
15 calories.
That's the consensus.
Well, you know, it is October, so that's within the theme of Halloween. There we go. That's great.
Okay. Got
Thank you.
All right.
Coming out.
Thank you. So we have seen various soda cans over the course of different, ROV surveys and Monterey Bay Sanctuary. Some are decades old. One of the members of the research team found a website where you can look up and see the older versions of cans.
Huh.
And was able to figure out what year some of these cans are. This monster would be fairly recent. But sometimes these submarine canyons, you know, as the things move down through the canyon, can accumulate debris that's from the shoreline or lost off of recreational vessels or things like that.
I need to still sometimes see the pull top cans. That they quit making those in the 70s or something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with marine debris like that, right? It doesn't go away. So it just accumulates.
We do a quick zoom there, Al. Okay, now.
In fact, some of the marine debris we have in the sanctuary is so small that you don't readily see it. It's called microplastics. In fact, some of these animals that are feeding in the water column on the marine snow that's drifting down, sometimes they're also eating these small plastics in the water.
You wanna zoom in there, Al? The empty shell.
An empty snail shell.
Okay, zoom out.
You can also see in the sediments all around, there's the arms of brittle stars. They're living under the sediments. All right. So Sam, Jan's still having problems. She's going to restart her computer and try and come back in. So I think we should just keep on keeping on, moving towards that target that you dropped.
Copy that. We're almost, we've almost completed that 50-meter ship move, so unless there's anything once we get there that we want to stop and look at, we can do another 50-meter step.
That sounds good. Looks like we've got a grenadier up in the upper right. Quite a few sea pens. I mean, we've been seeing them consistently throughout this area.
So the ship's completed its move. Looks like there's not too much for us to stop, so I'll put in that next 50 meter.
Yes, please.
Perfect. And Bob, we're staying with 140.
Roger. Zoom in
Another
quick
deep
now.
sea sole. On the deep sea sole, if you can get it. I mean, I'm partial to the flatfish, though. Do you see it in the two? Okay, that's all right. Oh, there we go. So there's the thorny head. It looks like I'm still boning up on my ID. Oh, well, maybe we can get that deep sea sole.
Okay, I'll go in on him.
Uh-oh. I think you're going to squash him.
Luckily, it's already flat. I spent a lot of time studying flatfish in graduate school. They're fascinating animals. There we go. Watch them use their dorsal and anal fins to kind of just walk along. Most of the, like maybe all of the flatfish we'll see on this dive are right-eyed fish, meaning that the eye that stayed put was the right eye, and the eye that migrated from the left side of the fish up onto the right side of the fish. So that some flatfish, some species, it's the opposite. The left eye stays put and the right eye migrates over the top. But this is, oh, what a nice shot. Beautiful. They are the most charismatic of the fishes. I'm totally biased, but that's my assessment.
Okay, we gotta get going.
Yep, let's go. Thank you. That was great. Nice little, oh, little mud on the porch.
I gotta catch up, so don't be looking at nothing.
Okay.
And Bob, are you happy with distance from the ship? You're a little higher than or a little farther north than us. We're down here at 140.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Okay, copy that.
Yep. As long as I can see here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Nope. Yep. Oh, you did have the right button.
Hey, Paul,
Cool.
can you come up a little bit?
Yeah.
More sea pens, an anemone passing by, some more the grenadier off to the right there.
Okay, we kind of caught up, so.
Okay, now if we see something interesting, we can peek, take a peek.
Wait, what are we looking at?
Oh, nothing yet. Now I
Okay.
just know we can now. I was trying to not look
I'll
like
stay
you
out
asked.
Front, so you get more time to look. Quick zoom there, Al. Okay, zoom out.
It looks like the same crab we saw earlier, but I don't see the little skeleton shrimp on that one. I wonder if they get dirtier as they age and then they, molt and then they start fresh. So maybe that one we saw was had been in that skin for a while.
Quick zoom.
So it.
Okay, zoom out.
So, Sam, I'm looking at the high back. We're over one of the lighter back scatter areas, or we're almost to it.
The ship's currently over. Herc and Argus are also currently over. It's kind of a white, medium gray, perhaps. But I think, as we can tell, there's pretty soft.
There we
go.
Nice. Yeah. Go.
I'm ready when you are, Bob.
Yep, zoom in.
You want me to fill the frame or go right in on it?
I wonder if they want the lasers on just for a little bit at one point before we leave this animal.
Put them on.
Yep. See him?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to go in a little tighter
Yep.
on it, too.
Okay. So I'm going to look with these skates. You can tell whether or not you're looking at a male or a female. Oh, yeah, I see the lasers. There we go. I mean, I think that's close enough.
Okay.
That's good. With the lasers, so we can probably take those off now.
Turn them off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So on a shot, it come wide.
There we go.
Okay, we're gonna
Nice
have to
shot.
get going again.
Yep, that's great.
Zoom
Thank
out.
you. So it looks to be a female. I didn't see any claspers under the tail of that ray. And that's sorry, not a ray, a rough tail skate. You guys can, I don't know, ask me questions or stuff because Jan's gone and I'm all here by myself.
Well,
no science communication fellow. No.
I'll ask you a question.
Got any ideas?
It's navigation related. We've completed our ship move, so unless we want to stop here, we can continue another 50-meter step, but heading a little farther south to 173 to this next target south of us.
So the target 173, is that one that you and Jan put down, or is
This is one of the arbitrary targets that we dropped. It's currently at the bottom of the HIPAC screen.
Yeah, I see that.
Little red triangle.
And
so upslope.
yeah.
Zoom in now.
Towards the official target. I can zoom out for a
Right,
second.
and then the waypoint is going to be to the kind of west of this.
Waypoint to the east. Let me come down here.
Okay, zoom out again.
Oh, east. Yeah, sorry. I meant east.
No worries.
I also say left when I mean right, so it's good to know it translates.
That's why we need port and starboard.
I'm pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
You just can't see me. Yeah. Okay.
There it is, 1B,
well,
all the way on the far right here. So the plan was to head down to this little target that we dropped here, 0532, and then head up this contour to get to 1B.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Let's keep with the plan.
Copy that. Okay, we're gonna do a ship move 173, Bob.
Roger. You want to zoom in again now?
Look at that. 4 sea pens, almost like they're about to play baseball.
I'm gonna steal bubble for a second. Yeah, that's gone from 5, 4.5, 4, now 3.5.
Zooming out.
So Jan still can't seem to get on the audio, but she's here, and she said go upslope to the white area.
Kind of like jive with what they were seeing.
Copy that.
Roger.
Could you hear me, Sam?
Yes, copy. Oh, upslope to the white area.
Yes.
Previous dives, main comp looked pretty steady at 4 the whole way.
Okay.
Is that an anemone near the center of the screen?
Yeah, I think that's an anemone. The red and purple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Ready for zoom.
Al, do you have any?
Go ahead.
Al, do you have any suggestions on ways that Jan could try and get back into SPL?
She is signed in, has been for a little over 5 minutes. It's guessing she can hear us. Maybe she could type in the chat.
She can hear us.
She's having a mic
We can't hear
problem.
her.
Look at the bottom V-Link left-hand side. There's the microphone. Is she forgetting to unmute? Because it defaults to mute.
Okay, so that's one thing to try. Ooh.
Turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left.
Whoa, whoa. Look, he made it, the anemone closing up after that.
Bob, can you give me a pan left on the camera? Going in. We still don't hear Jan, so I'm assuming that she's tried unmuting.
I gotta get moving again.
Okay.
She's tried unmuting the mic on V-Link already. So it sounds like her, her microphone's become dysfunctional.
Well, one other thing, when I was logging in, if you go back into that, I forget what it's called, but it's on the gray screen. There's a button to the bottom left, I think, and you can try and select your microphone again. And for a little while, my headset went away, and then when I logged out and I came back, I could see my headset and I could select it, and that's when it started working again. So maybe she should try to go back into that setup screen.
Jan, I hope you heard that.
Well, so Justin Hall's on the science chat, and he's helping her right now. So he said he's listening to our tips and passing them along. We got a bit of a telephone chain going here. We'll get those tips to her. And for some of the folks listening to us today may not know that some of us are the two people in the science chairs. Jan and I are leading this from our home offices. We are not aboard the ship, and so there's just some new technology we're using this year, and we're just working out the kinks. So we'll get there.
And I did actually just
Okay.
turn around a few minutes ago to see you, which you're not there.
I mean, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
I miss being on board with you. These are our first corals of that aren't sea pens. And I could flip through the identifications, but I might just be able to ask Steve to help us here.
Yeah, these are Swiftia,
Swiftia.
sea fans. Yeah. So they're characteristic red tissue and orange polyps.
Okay.
There are a couple different species in this area, so not obvious which species this one is.
Though aren't some of the Swiftia bright red and like thicker? And these seem to be a more kind of
It has some
delicate
of those praying
structure
mantis shrimp
branching.
on it too.
Yeah, the skeleton shrimp. I love those. They're so great.
Yeah.
It looks like we might have like a shrimp or an amphipod also crawling along. Thank you.
Okay, zoom out.
I've seen some of the video of the new control van, and I'm very sad to not get to try it out. It looks like a great setup.
Definitely a bit roomier.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I've got the whole
Video,
back
I
row
bet,
to
is
myself.
Yeah, you're stretching out. And video's not like in that little tiny corner
Behind the wall.
anymore. Do you like all the space?
Oh, this is awesome. I'm going to give you a quick view, and then we're going to go back to HIPAC.
Oh, okay.
Channel 3.
So if you're channel 3, it's funny is my quad is delayed, so I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure you're showing it right now. Here it comes for me. Oh man, you're killing me.
We gave you a wave too. Let's see how long the delay is.
I'm waving, but you guys can't see me.
It's working.
Oh, that looks amazing. Ah, there, you're waving. Oh man.
Okay. Just completed a ship move. We've got another. We can kind of keep going up, unless we want to take a stop here.
No, I think we want to keep moving. And it seems to be changing a little bit as far as the animals and the density of the animals. So I'm hopeful that we are going to start to encounter a little bit more rock as we move along here. Beautiful sea pen.
Note that at least right here they're standing straight up, which is possibly indicative of different current conditions.
And it looks like the polyps are more uniformly distributed around it too. Unless it's just the side without polyps is away from us.
Probably a little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay, zoom out.
Nice. And people may have noticed that sea star, and just it looks different than some of the sea stars we see in the shallower waters. You know, it has all these spines, very thin arms, little spines all along. I tend to see that kind of sea star anatomy in the soft bottom habitats.
Yeah. 165, please. Just a little bump up.
Just going through the collections checklist, there is a note here for Pioneer Canyon that GFNMS might want to compare any specimens of Swiftia Not saying to stop right away, but we're seeing them more frequently now. That might be
Right, that's another one that's starting to
Zoom
move
in
to the
now.
middle of the screen, yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And there may be
that's
even a little one to the top of this
That's
area
right.
as well.
Yeah, then there's a, looks like a
Zoom in on that one.
Gersemia in there too. A little pink translucent coral is Gersemia. It's a soft coral. And another Swiftia colony to the left. There's a few of them there. Some of them are closed up. You can see how just a little bit of extra hard substrate, so it looks like there's some, not sure if this is rock or consolidated mud of some type, adds to the...
but enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think we're going to say the same thing. It adds to the available hard substrate that that corals can attach to.
Yeah, and you know, it's consolidated enough we can get this overhang, you know, so now our habitat complexity is going up here. I'm wondering if we see a little Swiftia colony, if we should collect it then. If we're at a point where we could stop. What line in the spreadsheet is that, Steve?
I was looking at 24.
Yeah, we're going 0.3 knots, so we can hold the ship at any time. Just let me know so I can ask the bridge to stop.
They look to be more common, so it's not really an issue that we're sampling something rare. So
yeah,
it seems like
is that one right there?
Zoom
Would
in.
that one be easy to get? Yeah.
Stop.
Do we want to collect the sample?
Yeah, if we can stop here, let's do that.
Okay.
Zoom out.
I guess the only thing to ask you, Steve, is there any issue with getting it so early in the dive?
I don't think so. This
Okay.
coral will be fine in the bio box
Holding?
for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're holding here.
Yeah. No. We're talking.
Oh, sorry.
Side conversation.
Okay, but the ship is also now in position.
Hey, Paul, that wasn't wood. So you're not.
There's a little bit of wood on the edge of the table.
Oh, there is some wood on
Oh,
the
wait.
edge.
Nope. Not on this one.
Nope.
Wait, you need someone to knock on wood? Because I've got wood. Here, I can knock on for you.
Zoom in now.
Zooming in.
So let's confirm that has orange polyps. That's Jan saying. Make sure it's the one with the orange polyps.
Go. Looks like all the way in. Yeah.
I'd call that orange polyps.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Get some screen grabs of this before we do our
Yeah.
collection.
Can we try and center it just a smidge more? I know that's not easy necessarily to do. Oh.
Hey.
Who's driving this thing?
There we go. Woo! Perfect.
Okay, good captures.
Let's do the lasers.
Let me know when they're on. Zoom out wide enough to see them. Yep, there you are.
Okay, great.
Good
Thank
capture
you.
with lasers.
And then if we can just zoom out to get a little bit of a contextual picture before we remove it. Great.
Okay.
I think that is good on the photos.
Reposition a little bit here.
I'm coming out wide.
You want to turn the porch light on too?
don't know if that thorny head
So we're
wants
gonna
us to
slurp
take.
this into a jar. Is that the plan?
Let me see if Jan has. I was thinking bio box, but
I think we can grab this, put it in the starboard box.
okay.
Is it floaty?
It's not really floaty. Depends on how
Okay.
much you grab, I guess. If,
Oh, I
How much
see.
we grabbing?
That's the
The whole
concern.
thing?
yeah, what do you want to grab shoreside? Do you want to, it's pretty small.
Yeah, I don't
Is it
know
on
how
a
much
rock? It'd
we
be better if it
need,
was on a rock,
so
throw it
I
in
would
the starboard
probably. I
box.
was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking whether or not we could grab what it's on and just bring the whole thing in intact.
Okay. It'd be better if there was a rock on it, because if we're gonna put it in the starboard box, then we don't have to worry as much about it
Help weigh it
floating away.
floating away. Yeah. Can we see if it's on something?
Yeah.
That you can pick up?
Yeah, it's definitely on something hard. The question is it something that we can break or fit, you know?
Yeah. Yes. And if not, then we'll do something different.
I'm going to zoom in so you can see what you're going to grab.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in.
I'm going to go all the way in.
I don't know how big that rock is. How crunchy.
Do we have a scoop?
No, we don't want a scoop. We don't have a scoop anyway, so don't.
Yeah, I don't think we brought the scoop. So, not possible.
Oh, it is a little big.
Oh, maybe
It's like
crunchy.
pretty frangible.
Is that too
There
big
we
a
go.
chunk? I mean, I like it, so.
One vote.
For me, I'm all over that.
Will that fit in the bio box?
We can fit that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like it's got a handle for you, Bob.
All right, well, let's go for the whole thing then.
Okay.
And we can put it in one of the outboard compartments in the starboard box.
So I'm getting a note from the science chat that we usually just need a piece from a branch coral that shows the branching pattern for identification, but it sounds
It is
like there's
bigger
some
than I thought.
concern. There's some concern though that this might float away
Yeah, I mean,
if we only took a piece of it.
we could do a piece of it, but yeah, that is a risk.
What's the risk?
Of it floating away.
My concern is that it's so small. Yeah, we can go for the whole thing.
Okay.
Erica said in the chat.
Yeah. Sounds good. It seems like
Get off
that
of
is
there.
the safest choice.
And there are multiple other colonies in the area, so that's not should be a concern for y'all.
Okay. Jan's giving us a verbal thumbs up.
Coming out all the way. Oh, you want to get a zoom on it before we put it in the box? Or?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, thank
What?
you.
Want to zoom on it?
Yeah, we want to get a zoom in hand, please. And if you can, like you were just doing, rotate it a little bit so we can get some
You want to zoom in now?
images of different sides of the collection. Damn, I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this for a year. Thanks for the prompt.
I can go inside
Okay.
if you like.
Yeah, I got captures.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Coming out. That's going in the starboard box, right? Yep.
Yeah, starboard box. Okay, Paul, can you switch over to sampling?
Copy that.
Jennifer, I have the camera shooting the starboard bio box now on channel 3.
Yeah. Great, thank
Sample
you.
tray out whenever you're ready.
Hang on. Okay, box out. That it? That all she wrote? Okay. So it'll fit in a small one, I think.
All right, go for it. You pick.
Maybe. What do you think? Is it gonna go? What are we betting?
Perfect.
Nice.
So that went in box C.
All right, sample tray in.
Yep.
Steve, can you confirm sample number?
That's
And
number 1.
go back to dive
001.
mode,
Yeah.
and then
First sample of the leg is in the
try
box.
and see where the manip is.
Yeah. There we are.
Right. Okay.
All right. Still at 3.5.
Alrighty.
That is a rock. Yay.
Ready to go?
All right. Yeah.
Ready? Alrighty.
Moving on.
I'll call on that move again.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, let's continue the direction we were moving.
Copy that. Continuing on
And then
165 degrees for 50 meters.
And then Steve, that was sample NA122-01, is that correct?
Yeah, we use triple digits for the sample number, so 001.
Okay.
And Steve, do you include dive number in that sample name?
Yeah, so the full proper name for that sample is NA122-001. Oh, no dive number.
No dive number.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
Thanks.
So we collected that coral called a Swiftia because
Alright,
Greater
zoom in
Fairlands
out.
National Marine Sanctuary is interested in comparing it with specimens that they collected from a
Zoom in
sunken
out.
vessel
Said
called the
zoom in.
USS Independence. Oh, a little shrimp.
Okay, zoom out. And
there. It's like another soft coral of some type.
Yeah. What do you think that is?
Looks like probably Grissomia again. This one has a slight different pigmentation. Can we zoom in more, or are we full?
So you think that's
This one looks
a
little
sea pun or a
different.
soft coral?
No, this is also another soft coral.
Soft coral.
Is that a nudibranch off to the right of it? It is.
Yeah, I see that. It's a scale worm, I think.
Is it?
It's got those shiny iridescent.
No, just above that.
Let me see.
Is that
Are you
Lazum
looking-
you got?
You talking about
That's
this?
all I got. I have no more.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that's a worm.
Isn't that telestrator awesome, Steve?
Yeah, I love the telestrator.
Yeah.
Especially
I
when
just
you're
never
the only
look
one.
up there, though.
Yeah.
You know, you draw some, and I'm not looking up there.
Especially when you're the only one, right? In the back row.
Okay, zoom out.
Wish I could see it, but
We
that's
can make
okay.
that
I
happen.
think I know what you
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah, we can.
What?
Yes, on channel 3, if you ever need to see the telestrator, we can do that.
Oh, okay, because on the Olympic Coast, I'd hear sometimes people talking about the telestrator and others saying they couldn't see it. So I didn't know that. That's good to know. I'm learning so much.
We are too.
We're also, yeah. I was gonna say we're iterating a lot every dive and every cruise.
There's a lot to take in this new control van. So.
Well, and then there's all these cameras that are watching you too, huh? That they can get turned on to see what you're up to.
Oh, I should show you.
Where am I going here? That's not the way to go.
165, please.
I wanted to look at these.
I was gonna say, yeah. These points to entire screen. Rennie mentioned that might happen. Bob goes on a walk by himself.
Oh, there was a different flatfish that we passed a minute ago. Maybe that was a what was that, a Dover?
You want to zoom in on this mess?
No,
here
no,
now?
it's a. Oh, will it slow us down, or we have time?
We've got time if you'd like to see.
Okay. What is the coral at the top there, the white one? We haven't seen that yet.
Got it.
Let's see.
Okay. You got more
A few
zoom
things going on here.
How's that?
Me.
As soon as I zoom out, I'm going to hand over the watch. Are you ready?
So a lot of action here.
Zoom out just a touch. There you
Are we pushing any more on that golden coral?
go. Very little. That's the end of my lens.
That's it. Yeah, I mean,
So
The one up to the right there? Or?
no, just that one.
Okay.
I'm going to iris down to see if we get better color.
Yeah, I mean, from this range, I would say it's some kind of plexaurid, possibly Acanthogorgia. But that's all I can give you at this range.
You want to get
okay.
closer?
Well, because
Or
Acanthogorgia is.
We're moving.
We're moving.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
moving.
can stop
Okay.
here if you'd like.
We can, because we're about to change watches
Sure.
as well.
Yeah, we can stop
And
if we want to
this-
take a closer
I'll
look.
stop. I'll
We have to
stop.
make the call.
Well,
now,
if
though.
this is, yeah, let's do that. Because Acanthogorgia, if this is it, is on the list for collection in Pioneer Canyon. And Erica Burton's coming on, and she knows more corals than I do. Oh. And so let's just hold here for a moment, get sorted out.
All right.
Does that work?
Works for video.
Sounds good.
I'm leaving the camera zoomed in.
Yeah, I mean, we should be able
Okay.
to tell for sure if it's Acanthogorgia as soon as we begin the sampling process, if it's something you want to take.
Okay.
Because the polyps are very distinctively contractile, they have, or retractile, they have this very distinct polyp shape once it's disturbed.
Oh, so as soon as you touch it, you mean?
Yeah, as soon as you touch it.
And are we too far away to touch it now?
The front row is going through a transition right now, so
Okay.
we can
Okay. Do that
reassess.
after.
Yeah, reassess after
Okay.
everyone's in their seat.
All right. All right, the ship is stopped and we're going to have a watch change here.
Okay. So I am going to go silent for a minute. Change over, and next you'll have Erica Burton and Kirsten joining you. So it was a pleasure starting off this dive with you guys, and I'll see you again in a bit at 8 tomorrow morning.
Comm check, comm check.
Hello? Good check.
Check, check.
Good check. Check, check.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, I can
sir.
hear you.
And who's that over in video?
Steve.
Steve?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Al's out. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so. What?
Okay.
Hey, Al.
Hey, Al.
I just went to sample because I can see myself when I'm sampling. I check my hair and my makeup. It's all good.
Are we sampling here?
I have no idea.
Okay. Undecided sampling. Science, do we have any indication if we're sampling? Sorry about the watch change.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Who's in the back row? Nobody?
We got Taylor Ann back here, data logger.
Hi, Taylor Ann. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who's on the beach? Who's running this show?
They're changing over.